So how's it work as a comedian? Like, obviously you don't just do stand-up, you got a lot of other stuff that you're involved in, but do these festivals... Like, do you do the other festivals? Do you do other festivals around the world? Like,
I've never done Edinburgh or Montreal or anything like that. I'd like to do Edinburgh. A lot of times, because I write a lot for television, I've been stuck in Melbourne, working on that. Because I do a lot with Australian Rules footy.
Yep.
And that season just sort of precludes you from doing a lot of travel when those festivals are on.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine. I imagine Edinburgh would be an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
It'd just be hard work,
Why so?
So many shows on. I think there's like 3,000 shows on.
Yeah.
I think Melbourne has about 600 at the moment. And just the competition being, no profile over there, starting from scratch, paying for accommodation, all the stuff, you're just up against it.
Yeah.
It's just a great way to lose 10 grand.
That's right. Plus getting your shit stolen.
Yeah, exactly. And it probably will get stolen, so add another 10 grand to it.
Oh, Scotland.
So,
That's right.
And, people come back, it just sounds like they've been to war. And you're like, man, that just sounds so brutal. And I don't know whether I've passed that point in my life where I can be fucked doing that. So
You be the bloke handing out your pamphlets out the front of the town hall,
the library,
8 hours a day.
Yeah. And people have to do that. And people have shows at 4 in the afternoon, and they'll be like, I got 7 people in tonight. I was wrapped, and you're like, fuck, that just sounds so dire.
You poor bastard.
That's like the show we went to the other night was like that. This bloke came up at the town hall and he
gave you the flyer.
Yeah, but he was having a chat. We were having a chat, and he was telling us all these places that he played. And I was like, he played like the comedy store in La Jolla in the US, and which I'd heard of before, and all these festivals here and there. I'm like, yeah, sick. And I said to Georgie, I'm like, should we go with this dude? I like this guy. We'll back him in,
Yeah.
And we went there, and I genuinely reckon, just from the vibes, that the 6 people in the front row was filled.
Yep.
6 people in the front row were, I reckon, family.
Okay.
Just judging how they interacted after the show.
Right.
There was a guy in the back left-hand corner who was his laugh guy, I feel like, because every gag he was like, ah! It was actually really good, though. He was classic addition to the show.
Classic.
And then there was me, and it was me and Georgie at the back, because we got in like 5 minutes late, and Georgie was like, fuck, I don't want to get railed by the comedian, so I'm like, we'll just sit at the back. And then it was literally like 3 metres away, but there was about 9 of us in the room, and he came up and really, really thanked us at the end. He was like, so I imagine... Like, did you go through that shit coming up?
What's his name?
Something Leone.
Okay. Maybe I don't even know him.
Cassie Leone.
I imagine you have to go through that, though.
Something like that.
You've got to start from somewhere.
Yeah, unless you get a TV profile.
True.
You've got to do the flying, and I'm really bad at the flying. Because people always go, "You're funny," and it's like, "Oh, fucking, I'll kill you. What do you reckon I'm going to say, mate?"
Exactly.
Like, I'm going to say that I think I'm funny, and don't put me on the spot like that. And
it's just like, dickhead.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like, oh, fuck off, and then I get that attitude, and they're like, "Well, we're not coming to your show." So I have other people do my flying for me now because it's just
big wig.
Absolutely.
His mum.
It's like an 8-year-old Bangladeshi kid, but he does a good job. His family are well fed.
Yeah. Is he handing out in Bangladesh or over here?
Everywhere. I'm huge in the dish.
He's a very funny too.
Yeah. If you buy a pair of Nikes, you'll find it in the shoe.
That's right. Oh, that was great.
Yeah. So it's you do see a lot of people out there flying, and some people are really good at it and can convince people. And I think it does help to be out on the street and just trying to sell your own show. But for me, the hour before the show, you just kind of want to focus on the show sometimes, and so you lose a bit of that to try and get people in there. Yeah, and then sometimes you can be out there for an hour, like flogging your ass, and you'll drag 2 people in. Yeah, and you're like, fuck, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, and I think it'd be really hard. It's like the last 3 weeks I've been making sales calls for Adventure because our sales chick left us.
Yeah, and
getting just any sort of no from somebody is a bit dejecting, you
Absolutely.
know? Or that negative attitude kind of, It's just like,
it's demoralising after a while, and you start to take it personally, and then you've got to turn around and go and just do a comedy show straight after that. So if you get 20 people and you see, people take your flyer and then just drop it. You're like,
throw it in the bin.
Yeah, get out of my eyesight first, Jesus.
Oh, 1 sec, mate. Sure, this sounds great.
Yeah, exactly. Hand it to him pre-crumpled.
Yeah, exactly. I've already pissed on it for you, mate.
Yeah.
Please just come to the show.
Yeah.
Oh, shocking.
So things like that, you're just like, fuck, you're up against it. And
Yeah. So we touched on it last show, but I wanted to get into it a bit more. How do you go with actually just being in front of a crowd? Have you ever had an issue with that? Like, a lot of people have a fear of public speaking. Bit of stage fright.
I've never had. I don't know why. Like the fear of public speaking has never bothered me. Like when I started, I was super nervous and stuff, but it wasn't about being up on the stage. It was about being funny. Whether or not I was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't like outwardly. Wanting to do drama and stuff and being the performer at school, but I was sort of the class dickhead, so I was always comfortable in that realm of getting laughs for, just being an idiot.
Yeah.
So that never bothered me. So I was always kind of back myself in that sort of realm. But yeah, there's times when nerves just overwhelm you, like the first time you do TV or, when you put pressure on a big gig, when there's like 3,000 people in a theatre or whatever. And that's when you just... you drink lots of water beforehand, you still got cotton mouth, you're just so nervous and you're just trying to calm yourself so you don't stumble over those first couple of words. Because if you mishit that first joke and you lose confidence in yourself, it's a fucking very quick downward spiral.
Jesus.
Because you just lose all ability. You lose how to speak. You might fuck up a word and you're like, just slow down, focus, get it back.
100%.
Yeah, whereas if you get the first one, out of the middle of the bat, and you're like, I'm away here.
Yeah,
the confidence just,
you get the crowd on your side.
You just lift,
Yeah, because I feel like this poor bloke the other night had nine people in his show. He started off real shaky.
Yeah.
Real shaky he did. And
that puts your audience on edge.
Yeah, that's right.
That makes them uncomfortable because they're like, they want you to win.
Yeah.
But they're nervous now, so they're like, "Oh God, where's this going?" So there's this teeth clenched and everyone's sphincters are tight, and it's like, "Come on, mate."
But because he got to like the middle part and the latter end of his show, and some of the jokes he was coming out with, like he was saying some stuff, and I thought about him one of them I thought about 10 seconds later. I'm like, that was the most epic joke.
Yeah.
But it got fuck all.
Nothing?
Right. From me. Because I thought about it, I'm like, he just doesn't have us on his side, like you said, And I think he built a bit of momentum towards the end, but if he had started off well, all these good jokes that he had that he was delivering well halfway through would have been hits. They were just kind of like, not bad, mate.
Yeah.
Good on you, mate.
And I think you also can get hurt a little bit, and you never blame the crowd for this, but when it's a small crowd, they're less likely to have that raucous laughter and the wave laughter where it just carries on. So you'll get a laugh, it'll drop, you got to start again.
Yeah,
it's sort of like
true.
trying to start a lawnmower is the way we kind of do it. There's no wave to ride. You paddle really hard, you stand up, wave drops, and you're like, oh, I'll start again.
Yeah.
And but that the weirdest thing is when you get a packed crowd and that happens, you're like, "What? How is that happening?" It's like it happens en masse, and you can't get the psyche of a crowd. You can never predict how they're going to go.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll be really chatty beforehand, and you think, "Oh, this is going to be an easy one."
Yeah.
And then you go out, and it's not. And then other times they'll be really quiet pre-show, and you're like, "Oh, I reckon I'm going to have to work hard here," and then they just explode, and you're like, "Okay, wasn't predicting this."
Can you see the crowd when you're on there? How dark is the like?
Because the lights are coming so hard into my eyes, I can see usually about 2, maybe 3 rows back, but beyond that, you actually genuinely can't see. And so many people were like, "You were staring right at me." I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at. I just make eye contact with where I think people are sitting, but I can't see anyone. So it's
like he's
weird.
looking me in the eyes or the shoulder.
People go, "Oh yeah, there was one bit where you were staring right at me." It's like, I have no idea about that.
Yeah.
The worst now is when people are looking at their phones. So they think because it's close to their body and the light's shining towards them, they think, the light's away, so you can't see it. But they're lit up.
Yeah.
You just see this blue face.
Oh, that's shocking.
And sometimes you want to say something because you think it's bothering everyone, but it happens so often now, you're just like, don't even bother. Because no one else can see it.
Yeah, you'd be too busy.
That's shit, though, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. I saw a girl, I went to
rude.
a show a few years ago at the town hall. So it's full crowd, everyone's loving it. And I looked across and a girl was on Facebook, like just scrolling through.
Man.
And you're like, how is your attention span? Like you're being entertained. It's right there in front of you.
That's right.
And you go, I need to know.
Yeah. And I'm assuming she paid as well.
Absolutely.
There you go.
It's just, I
fucking doing
couldn't
this.
believe it.
Yeah,
that
that's
people
just
need to
embarrassing.
do that in an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it might be addiction.
Discovery Roger, go for deploy.